Probably one of the most important category, mindset and mental health. Well, first, what's the difference? Well, mental health is defined as a cognitive, behavioral, and emotional state of well-being. Mindset is an established set of attitudes you hold about something. I think your mental health is a reflection of other aspects of your health, while mindset, on the other end, is a little different. It's the attitude that drives behind it's the attitude behind or the driver of your behaviors. So with mindset, I ask, well, why do you do what you do? Why do you believe what you believe? And two of the most important mindsets that I try to empower people who work with me are growth mindset and a fixed mindset. Best book, Carol Dweck's Mindset, if you want more info. A growth mindset basically means that you believe you have the capacity to improve through practice, intention, and effort. You believe that with hard work, you can achieve your goal. You aren't afraid of making a mistake or experiencing a setback because you understand that that's part of the process. If you have a fixed mindset, you believe in that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed. You'll catch yourself saying things like, well, I've always done it this way, or I can't do that. I've never been able to do it before. And you dread the idea of making a mistake and others seeing you make a mistake. You may find yourself saying, if I can't have it this way, I don't want it at all. If I can't do it RX, I don't want to go. And you may unknowingly accept the status quo. For example, if you experience pain in the past with something, you might always assume that you're going to have pain, always have that same pain when you're doing the thing. Speaking from my own experience, you guys, I've been able to adopt a growth mindset in some areas more easily than others. And it's not like just because you have a growth mindset that applies to every area of your life. It's categorized basically. For me, it's easy for me to adopt a growth mindset when learning a new skill. I mean, I understand that it takes time to develop an expertise in something, but I wasn't always like this way. In fact, I had a fixed mindset until like late college. One area that I recognize that I still have a fixed mindset about is money management, but I'm working on changing this. I believe that adopting a different mindset is the antidote for improving mental, physical, and spiritual health. I mean, change your brain, guys, change your life. If you have a fixed mindset about your physical health and it was really bad, I don't think I would have let you into this program. However, if this is the first time you're hearing this, be prepared to identify a lot of areas that you're still slave to a fixed mindset, and then fall in love with the journey. I'm about to challenge you more than you can imagine. In section 2 and 3, I asked you to face potentially some of your biggest insecurities. In order to do this with grace, you have to have a growth mindset about it. Understand that because you were athletic when you were younger or pre-pregnancy, or you were a singer, or heck, you might have been a professional athlete. You are not entitled to have some divine awareness of how to function in your adapted postpartum body at the level that you did before. And there are so many opportunities to learn and grow. Please do not expect a rapid transformation. I think what this phase, this restore phase does for people is it brings awareness to underlying insecurities that are holding people back from living their healthiest life. I mean, I've watched this as they change their mindset and develop clarity of why they've done what they've done in the past and why they currently have a certain perspective. Then they have the ability to learn at a more rapid rate. And this learning process becomes absolutely electrifyingly gratifying. Let me give you an example. I was treating a patient whose primary goal was to get back to running. Well, why do you want to get back to running? I asked her. What would it mean to you if you didn't get back to running? And she answered, well, running helps me relieve stress. I fear that if I don't get back to running, my stress levels will go through the roof. I will have problems with losing the baby weight, and I might even gain more weight. I also fear that my husband won't be attracted to me anymore. And I'm going to ask you this. What do you think the underlying insecurity is here? Again, I'm no mental health professional, but it sounds like this person receives love or affirmation from others particularly through her husband, through affirmations about the way she looks. As we dive deep, take a deep dive here, realize that running also means freedom to her. She admitted that when she had kids, most of her time and resources went to her kids. Running was the one thing she did for herself, and there was nothing wrong with that. So that was actually what we run with. What she had to do was go through the process of understanding why she depended on affirmations from others to feel loved. She also had to figure out how to make time for her self-care without feeling guilty. Not easy, but possible. So in conclusion, if you can take an honest look at your perspectives at things, you're going to be able to identify behaviors that are not serving you. It is then you can begin chipping away at these. And I promise you, will be amazed at how your life begins to transform. And it just continues. And it's not an ending. It's just a process. Here are the things I want you to look for as you're going into this program. Resistance to scale or regress an exercise or fitness program. For example, you might find yourself saying, I've always been able to do a plank on my toes and I don't want to modify it. You may feel resistance in pacing your workouts with breathing after you find that pacing of your workouts decreases the amount of reps you can get in because you're moving slower now and you get tired more quickly. So these are like thoughts I want you to pay attention to and reframe them. Does that make sense?